Slim and Dame on the mic till the break of night. We bring the heat while the city's asleep. News so deep, it'll make your soul.
Welcome, late night drippers. It is me, your solo host, Jim Jones, here talking to y'all with that late night drip. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Wow, it's so many drippers. I'm very, very surprised, but very happy. All right, so it's super duper duper late on the East Coast. The West Coast is not as late, but it's still a late night drip. So thank y'all for spending the time with me. If you don't know, take a look down below. Those are all our socials and where we are. If you would like to support, all you got to do is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Very much appreciate it. Goes a long way. Doesn't cost you anything, and you're already on here, so you might as well just go ahead and click that right there, click that. We very much appreciate y'all. So tonight we have a nice little treat for you. Something nice, something smooth, not too much. Don't intend to take up too much of y'all time, but let's get into tech and how it has impacted relationships, the perspective of what women think they should have for a man, what they think relationships should be, all of these things, social media, just a couple things that have happened that just want to tap on. Once again, hit that like button, drop some drip in the comments so we can get engaged and build that community. Once again, like I said, drop some drip in the comments and I'll get to y'all as soon as I can. Very much appreciated. So first up, Halle Berry. Not what's the girl's name? Not the girl from Chloe and Halle Berry, the original baddie. Okay, when I say original baddie, I think growing up, I don't think I knew a man who did not think that Halle Berry was fly. To this day, she's still fly. I mean, she's a great looking lady. But recently there was an interview which I'm not gonna play. But there was an interview with an ex-husband of hers who was a baseball player, who had the had the bag. But first, let me let me go ahead and introduce the producers here with me, rocking out, making sure I got everything I need. So every now and then y'all hear him chime in. So I'm not all the way solo, but pretty much solo. So shout out to Cash Money, Cash is paid, Cash Advance.
What up? I didn't even know my mic was hot, so I was
Yeah, it
probably
was
y'all in the
definitely.
background.
It was. That's why I had to address it. You could just be in the
Oh, my
background.
bad.
I'm like,
I
well,
didn't even know.
let me tell them that someone was here with me. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute your
Over here,
mic.
hacks
Then.
on, all kind of stuff.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute your mic for you. Got
Yeah.
you. Crazy work. Oh man, that's funny. All right. So her ex-husband, if you did not know his name, I mean, I mess up his name, is David Justice. I'm trying to look up his net worth. That I did not look up. His net worth is 40 million right now. Let's look up her net worth. Her net worth is 90 million. So let's keep in mind back when they were together back in 1993 to 1997, according to the interwebs. That's when they were together. And one of the things that he was saying that there's two things that they didn't really work out. One being that she wasn't cooking and cleaning and doing wifely like duties that would make him like be like, yeah, actually, I think we could raise a family together. After a couple years, it seems like he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna head out because she ain't what I'm looking for to improve my life. He is now married, and he's been married for a long time. I want to say it's like over 20 years to his current wife. So shout out to them for, making it through all of this. But
and let me put in a little bit, put a little bit on his name real quick. So David Justice was indeed considered one of the highest baseball players highest paid baseball players during his MLB career, especially in the late 1990s and early 2000s. So over 14 seasons, his salary climbed from 296,000 back in 1991 to a peak of around 7.8 million with the New York Yankees in 2001. He signed a significant multi-million dollar more than a few contracts, such as his 5 year, $27.5 million extensions with the Atlanta Braves in '94, which is, I have to put that in 1994 dollars. We have to look that up.
How much was it again?
27.5 million in 1994.
27.5 million,
Yeah, so that was a
1994.
4 year deal, and then he had a $28 million extension with the Cleveland Indians in '97. And so that was his peak. So his annual salary put him in the upper tier of MLB earners in this era, confirming his status as one of the highest paid players during his prime.
Inflation calculator. Starting year was 1990 through 1994.
1994. Yeah.
It's saying that that's about, so 27 million would be 58 million today.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like so I looked up his net worth. His net worth is 40 million. So if you think about it, that 1 year, he basically, if he had not spent any of his money in that 1 year, he would basically have almost the amount of money he has today. That's
Yeah, no,
crazy.
he's
That's
doing
crazy.
he's
Just
doing all
1 year.
right
He
for
played
himself for not
for,
playing for 20 years.
yeah, it's a long time. That's crazy. Yeah, man. Get your sons in baseball, yo. That's what that sounds. Show that why. Oh,
Hey, baseball
boy.
has longevity, right? You
Woo.
can play whether you weigh a buck, a buck 05, or whether you weigh 300 pounds. You can play baseball. The other thing is you can play baseball for 20 years. So that's another thing. And there's no salary cap in baseball. That's the other thing that they don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. A lot of stuff.
So he that is the ex-husband's David Justice. Just gave some background on him. Like I say, he's currently married to another lady and has been, I believe, over 20 years. Um, so basically he called Halle Berry not motherly, right? So clap back, be strong on these women these days. Now, back in the day, if somebody said, you're not motherly, or you're not this, or you're not that, uh you know, you couldn't really defend yourself. But with social media today, baby, you can defend yourself. So she clapped back. Okay, she clapped back. All right. So I'll make sure y'all can see it. Okay, yeah, cool. Y'all can see that. All right, so let me make this a little bit bigger for y'all. Oh, nope, nope, can't do that. All right, so let's see here. Halle Berry, she claps back and says, "Woo, cooking, cleaning, and mothering." Okay, and then you keep going over. She's doing all the cooking and the cleaning and the mothering right here. I'll see that this cooking and cleaning and mothering going on. Now, no shade. If I had a man who would tell me this is cooking, cleaning, and mothering, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at it. Because that's not really what's going on with that. But yeah, sis clap back, says she not playing with you. I am doing the thing, and obviously I'm somebody's mama, so I don't want to hear none of that. But here's the thing, like I said, with social media, you have the opportunity. Well, my focus, you have the opportunity to clap back. Here's my thing. Halle Berry's been married, I think, like 5 times, 5 different times. I believe she has one child by the man who might have been like French. Hold on really quick, y'all. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. So she's, clap back, hey, I'm cooking and cleaning and mothering. Well, first of all, I believe, and I can double check this, fact check me if I'm wrong, drop some drip in the comments. She doesn't even have full custody of her child. I think her child has to be about a teenager by now, but she doesn't have full custody of her kid. So it's not that if you don't have full custody of your kid that you're not like mothering, but if I'm not mistaken, like she's like if it was like a majority versus like non-majority time, like her ex-husband, I believe, is the primary parent. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like she, I believe, is the breadwinner out of the two of them. So I'm not really surprised at that because she's working. She's still working. If you haven't seen the John Wick movie, you need to go see John Wick. Is it three? The two? I can't remember which one it is, but she's in the one of the John Wick movies and she kills it. She does a great job. Such a good movie. She's in great shape. She was killing it with the dog scene. Like she was so good. So I'm not saying that she shouldn't. However, let's be real. She's not cooking, she's not cleaning, she's paying someone to do that. The kid doesn't live with her. So, I mean, was he wrong? I don't think he was. And I want to bring that back into technology, right? The comments. Let me go back to the comments. Let's see if we go to the comments. Give me 1 second. Let's go to these comments, baby. Let's go back to the comments. Okay, let's share these comments. So, let's look at the comments, y'all. Okay. So she's cooking, cleaning. Hallie got them in their feelings all these years later, saying a lot without saying anything. Have y'all seen in any of these pictures? She cooking, cleaning, she doing any of those things? And I see her cleaning. I mean, this is a mom card, which I mean, we know she has a baby, so it's not like we don't think she's a mother, right? Um, I don't drop some drip in the comments, y'all. Y'all see her, y'all see her cooking anything? Y'all see her cleaning? Anything? Anybody see any of those? Anybody? Anybody see her cooking, cleaning, etc.? I don't. She's happy, but the comments like, cause we thought somebody said something, we ride at dawn. I'm trying to understand how is this a Bravo? Like, can somebody drop some drip in the comments? Let me know. I genuinely don't understand how this is a Bravo. Like, what did she show him that she did that he was complaining about? Now, that doesn't mean that she has to do those things, but it sounds like his expectation for her was that more so like, hey, I want someone who is going to take more of a traditional role. Don't have to, but that's what that man looked like he was looking for. He wanted somebody to take a traditional role. I don't understand how this is a clapback. Drop some drip in the comments. Somebody let me know how this is a clapback. Happy birthday. Oh, it must be her birthday. Okay. Um, girl, you look good cooking that flour in your mouth. That's funny. So yeah, if you just look at these comments, I don't I mean, I guess they're being sarcastic, but to me, this did nothing but prove him right. I don't think I've ever actually seen her on a show where she's like cooking, cleaning, or like going to like a game or like big up in her kids. So not saying she doesn't do that. She is such a big superstar. Maybe she feels like that's doing too much. But I mean, I just don't think she proved him wrong. And the thing is, it's okay if she doesn't want to prove him wrong, but like you can't be offended. You cannot be offended because someone wants a more traditional home and you don't want to provide that. On both sides of that, right? We guys, I could have a whole other conversation on that, but we're talking about Halle Berry right now. You can't be mad if someone has more of like a conservative view. You married them. They say, hey, this is what I'm into. And you're like, I don't want to do that. She get divorced. And that's exactly what happened. So I drop some drip in the comments. Tell me, do y'all think technology got these people messed up? Do you think that because she's getting the big ups in these comments that this further pushes this behavior? Do you think that the ideology of this creates some level of groupthink? I think it does. I think that when people talk about like, hey, back when, my grandma was young, she stayed with my granddad or whatever, like people's Papa be a Rolling Stone quite a bit. However, the group think when those ladies more than likely got together, I wasn't there, so I can't say that that's what they thought, but more than likely when they got together was, girl, where are you going to go? Who's going to take care of you? Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Who's going to take care of you? So sorry, y'all. It's just me in here though. So I don't have to do all it. So like who's going to take care of you? Who's going to do X, Y, Z? Now that they don't have to do that, women are like, hey, I would have did XYZ to him too. Look at you. You're 60, you look great. Well, back in the day, it wasn't because you look a certain way that you look great or you have these abilities because they didn't have the options to get bank accounts or whatever it is. So drop some drip in the comments. Y'all think that social media is ruining people? Do y'all think that women would act differently if they didn't have platforms to do stuff like this? Do you think this is even impactful? Do you think it's not? Do you think that we would get here anyways? Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know. I also wanted to take this to segue into another video because it's interesting because she doesn't really care from her perspective because like I said, she's worth from what I looked up, could be wrong, said $90 million. You worth $90 million. You're gonna, treat your man a little bit different if you feel like you don't need him to provide for you, right? So I got a young lady on this next post over here who is gonna drop some drip about how finances affect what she considers dating to be and what it used to be when she was younger versus today. So let's see if y'all can here it is.
Do you hear sound? Because I don't.
I can, so y'all can't hear a sound then I'm assuming. That sucks. So I can. Okay, that sucks that you can't hear it. So I'll drop the link in there then. Long story short, she said, hey, when I was younger, I was like, hey, I don't need money. All I need is love. Love will get us through XYZ. Like if you love somebody, it'll be fine. Here, I'll drop this in here for y'all. Y'all can see the link. Love will be fine.
Shoot me over the link and I'll get it up.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll delete
It's
this.
in the comments. I got it.
Okay. So like love is all you need to get to where you're
No, it
gonna
ain't.
be
I'll
in
speed it.
life.
I'll
Okay,
do it.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
So love is all you need. You don't need to have money doesn't matter. And she's like, no, that's not true because you need money to live. Like literally you need money to live. Like if you want a certain kind of life, then you need to have money to do so. There's it just makes life a lot better. And you want to have a man who has stability. You're crazy if you're going to sit here and say that you don't need a man to give you stability. And I didn't realize that until I got older, where I'm like, oh, I want all these things. And if I'm over here like, oh, love will just get us through this. Love ain't gonna pay for stuff. And so the guy on the panel goes, well, like that's the problem with right now. People don't love people anymore and they're just all about the money. So it's crazy because the comments, I know y'all couldn't hear it, so I just cut it. But the comments were stuff like, okay, so if he loses his money, does he lose his value to you? That's a good question. But is love, drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think that love is enough for you to be married and stay? Or do you need something else? Now on the guy side, I don't know. Y'all gonna have to let me know. On the female side, though, I don't think that I know very many women who picked a man to marry who they did not believe had trajectory to do more than they were currently doing. Does that make sense? So let's say let's say you're let's say I'm dating the guy who's in, I don't know, electrician, is in the trade to be an electrician, right? At the end of the day, he's not an electrician, but he's learning the trade to be an electrician. Therefore, although he does not have that financial stability today, that doesn't mean he won't tomorrow. And so I'm investing in him being able to take care of me based on where he currently is and where he could be. I hope that that makes sense. On the guy side, y'all gonna have to drop some drip in the comment. Hey, what's up, play name? On the guy side, y'all gonna have to drop some drip in the comment. Let me know, is love enough, or do you see somebody that you invest in a sense of, some people say from a like a more traditional perspective, it would be, I'm investing in her because I know that we'll be able to create a family, um, and run our household the way we want to, like values and stuff. But I, look, it's a new day and age. Are y'all looking at, hey, she in school for marketing, and look, social media is popping. She gonna get us that bag. Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know. I don't know. But I agree with the young lady that in the beginning, like puppy love type of time, you're like, oh, love can get us through it. And then something real actually happens. And you're like, well, what are you gonna do if something really is detrimental? And to me, drop some drip in the comments. I'm not a man. But to me, I think most women, when that man does not have either actions to show immediately or the right words to say, yeah.
Yeah, I'll jump in a little bit on the comment. It's really when you get them and how your relationship is, because say for instance somebody who is 75 and they mess with somebody that's 35 or 45, right? We
Mhm.
already know what usually that type of uh arrangement is. That person usually has some
What
type
you
of,
mean? She don't love that man?
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, she love him, but it's more so like I love the comfort as well. I'm okay with messing with him, but it comes with a level of comfort. I'm in love with that, and then I'm in love with waiting this person out, and then we'll see what happens because I'm just as old as his kids and his siblings, and then they start fighting over probate when homeboy be gone. But what I'm getting at is that you know what type of arrangement you're usually in, when you in that kind of, we'll just call it a lifestyle. Others,
Yeah, when
it's
it's like
say,
such a big range. Yeah.
yeah, and say that 70-year-old man loses all his investments and his business is going, or he gets sued. Yeah, like you already kind of fall for that one
My
because
head out.
that person is looking at what their trajectory is, and I don't want to sit there looking at old wrinkly, saggly sandbags and doing all that. Not while I'm in a trailer. I can't live my life like that. So I was meant to be in Birkins and Ferraris. I wasn't meant. I can't be a trophy wife from lot 6. I gotta
Not from
fly.
lot 6.
I gotta be me. Motel 6, lot 6, same thing. Got the same square footage, but that's what my intake is in it. And most of the time, you're only as good as your worth when you get to them, especially if you ready made. So my advice is, uh, it's called equally yoked, is what the Bible calls it. So
Not you drop a sugar baby. Yeah, they call him a sugar baby. I don't know what they call the guys though. Usually it's the girls that are the sugar
a
baby.
man is a gigolo.
Why
That's
you
pretty
gotta
much the
be a
man.
young man? So wait, a young man. So let's say
Pool
she
boy.
is. So hold on. What is it? A full boy. So let's say the young man is 30. This is a true story. He's 30, and the lady is, oh, is she like 50? What is he? He ain't no sugar baby. What would he be?
A young tender,
Is that what that's called?
a little cub. That's what
Drop
we
some
think.
drip in the comments. Any y'all some young tenders, y'all some sugar babies or whatever. If there's a new term, let us know. Drop some drip in the comments. Let us know.
Said, no, I'm the eggplant giver, whatever it's gonna be, because that's all you're
You
gonna
the
be,
eggplant emoji.
right?
When she called her, she
If
don't
they
even
had the
call, she
golden
eggplant.
eggplant, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my gosh,
Kumquat.
it's horrible.
That's what I got. A kumquat.
So to go back to like to merge this back to Halle Berry, right? At the time, he was the hot dude, right? And so when you are looking, I got another video. We're gonna talk about when the crew gets together because I need both of y'all to talk about this. But at the time when she was
And we
dating,
also got to talk about something about what she dating, who she be connected to. She went down from that. Like, how you go from the hottest baseball player to a bunch of people that nobody know nothing about?
well, her next, hold on, she married Eric Benet next. He wasn't a nobody. We ain't gonna do that. Don't do that.
All right, you put him in the same thing as Carl Thomas. Wherever the careers go to die. That's
Eric
where.
Benet had more songs. Carl Thomas had like one album though that was hot.
Don't let me go and look these things up. You know what?
The
I'm
next
gonna do it.
man after the one after Eric Benet is Oliver Martinez. He was a French actor who's known in several French films. I don't know much about him, but they married in July 2013 and they divorced by 2015. That's her ex-husband that they got the kid with. And then they
Yeah,
had
and she got
issues
child support. So
dealing with, yeah, I
therefore,
talked about that in the beginning. I think you missed it.
yeah.
So yeah, because I believe he is the primary parent, if I'm not mistaken. And so he gets child support from her. So I brought that in of the David Justice had said originally she was not mothering, cooking, and cleaning, which like to the degree of what his expectations were. And then she put that post up like, "Oh, mothering, cooking, and cleaning." But since you're doing child support, I'm gonna need you to be more clear on what you mean by that, because I'm genuinely confused. Because if you ain't got the baby, I don't know. But anyways, bringing back what I just said about the financial stability, she chose him. He was the hottest baseball player, right? At the time, and she was not worth 90 million at that point. She was on her way up though. She's been climbed. She's always been, a symbol in the acting industry. And she saw him and she's like, hey, I'm about to latch on to that. Because if you think about it, he's given financial stability. Not only that, he's given a great lifestyle and all of those things. So I'm a head on over there, even though they probably don't even align on things. And he looking at her like, I'm smacking fire out the hottest chick there. She's just young. No, that's how that lady is. Oh, you put that about Eric Benet.
Yeah, you was right. I ain't gonna hold you.
Woo.
He had a
Yeah,
little bit longer of
yeah.
a
Oh, he
run.
on them cruises. He on them cruises doing them
Oh, Carl
things.
Thomas on the cruise too. He over there on the cruise with some people I'm cool with. They all together. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Oochie
but
coochie, la la. They doing all of that. You
Eric
know what I'm
Benet,
saying?
he's a big name. He even I think he even went to acting, didn't he? As well, I'm pretty sure. Didn't maintain the same level of track. Yeah, and then he just kind of like fell off, but fell off in the sense that he wasn't
Yeah,
making
talking
music
about some.
anymore. But at the time when
Yeah, he
she
had
so
multiple Soul Train awards. Who care about Soul Train awards
but
now?
think about it though. She lashed on each one of them when they were hot. If anything, she should be a matchmaker for it. Like, look, girl, he on his up and up. You do them 2-3 years, he gonna go ahead or he gonna retire or leave or whatever. But pretty much every husband it seems like she's had, it was like they were like at pretty high at their peak or almost at their peak, which is not a bad, I guess, a bad talent to have. It's not, that's what people want. So think about it from that sense. So we're talking about traditional things. So that girl, the last one that y'all didn't get to hear the video, she's basically saying like, hey, I think that's where some women are talking about. Some women will call them a pick me, and some of them would call them themselves basically conforming to wanting to have the lifestyle they want, right? The lady who was in that video, I wholly believe that if she found the right man, she would do the things that he wanted her to do so she could have that lifestyle. She
You
would not
talking about
agree.
some women trying to be picked versus others just trying to be plucked.
There's two
Like
separate things.
pluck me
There's
is one other thing. Like
there's
pluck-
some people. The pick me is what people say about those girls. I don't think the girls who are the ones willing to conform or bend rather to what a man would ask them
yeah,
to
Joe
do
for
would
real
call
on that.
themselves a
Yeah, I'm
pick me.
with you, buddy. If I
Oh
could give you
my
a high
god!
five right now, ooh-wee. Yeah.
Wow.
That swordfish.
You know what? I
was
wonder
on.
hold on, when did she film that? Were they
That was
married?
her peak though.
Hold
That
on,
was
hold
her
on,
peak.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
She could have been married during Swordfish.
Oh, we'll
No,
see.
no. Because was John Travolta in Swordfish? I think so.
It was in the 90s, I thought.
If anything, I'm cupping them double D's.
Was it 2000? That can't be right. Is this since 2001? Is that true?
Swordfish?
Yeah, 2001. Okay, so hold up. It was right after she was married to Eric Benet.
Dang.
Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all staying married? She show her tatas
over
for
there
that money on camera.
And then she went down to some make me feel good to what's his face with the blood and the vials and around his neck.
Yeah. I was messing with Angelina Jolie that they
Yeah,
never
I just
talk
said
about.
he had blood and vials. Doing all that kind of witchcraftery.
Drop some drip in the comments, y'all. Billy Bob, is that his name?
Billy Bob Thornton.
There you go. Remember his name. So
just doing that little Jack Rabbit, papping on and everything. I'm like, oh.
So this brings me to the last part of this my TED Talk. So as I talked about like the pick me, right? So we talked about Halle Berry being here, saying basically rebelling, like, I don't care what you got to say. I'm doing these things, even though like we have not seen really proof of her doing that, but that doesn't mean she's not doing it. I don't know. And then we have the young lady over here that's like, basically, if I was messing with David Justice, I would have just went on ahead and be quiet and did what I was supposed to do. Right. And then you got society that would basically call that girl pick me and clap for Halle Berry. Now, let's take this concept and mold it together and talk about the Cardi B situation. Okay. Now you're probably wondering, oh wait, she got 1 million for a 10-second shot of each Tata made $50,000 a second. That's crazy. So we still talk about Swordfish before I go on. That's a lot of money. $50,000 a second for a job is crazy. Eric Benet might have just had been mad. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, it was soft core. That's what that was. It was soft core.
I mean, 50,000 a second. Nobody's hitting like that.
Yep. Shout out to them Cleveland-born Tatas.
Wow. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how am I going to merge this in together? So I don't know if you have a video for it or not.
Push up, bro, if you will, together.
Wow, Cash Pay. I don't know if you have a video for this or not, but if you haven't heard about Cardi B, Cardi B was on a live stream, kind of similar to me, right? Sometimes things can get wild and you don't control the narrative here. And wow, you don't control the narrative a lot. Sometimes when lives happen, she was on live like, hey, y'all, we got t-shirts, and our t-shirts for 3XL sold out. We don't even have nothing left. Basically, I'm super surprised. I didn't know my audience was that big. Not big in like quantity, but big in actual physical size.
Stop eating Chick-fil-A because they were too fat when they sold out of her 3XL. So they paid you and you insulted them. Yes, we're talking about fat phobia in the Latino community. My name is Nidia Simone, and I'm the founder of Black Tina Media, where we amplify Afro-Latino and Afro-Caribbean stories in film, media, and art. Fat phobia in Latino and Caribbean communities isn't just about little jokes. It has real dangerous consequences as it relates to mental health, physical well-being, and cultural identity. So this issue is bigger than Cardi B. Like, people have been calling folks with bigger bodies not valued way before she had these comments about fat people. And I think it's important that we use celebrities as like a teaching point. But remember, like, they're people too. You know, she has said like she's not going to read any books. She doesn't want to learn. So Let's move on and actually talk about the issues affecting our community. The problem with it is not.
I mean, y'all can deep dive into the problem with it. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all see an issue with what she said. Like I said, basically she was like, wow, that's crazy. So many 3XLs that we ain't got no more. Cause I didn't think y'all was that big. And people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you said it. Then they started bringing up receipts when she did that song Rumors with Lizzo. And they're like, wait a minute, didn't you pair with Lizzo? How can you do this? Like you are
Yeah, she was trying to gain a following. She ain't know that they actually came. She thought that she was for the ex stripper community. I don't know how many 3XL strippers we got out here. That's a lot of meat going up a pole. You know what I'm saying? Like you real strong. You still here.
Regardless of, but to me, let me flip this for a second. People would say that Cardi is being a pick me, even though Cardi was always a skinny chick her whole life, like incredibly skinny before she started getting work done and had kids. Like sis was super skinny. Okay. But let's just talk about how disrespectful all these people talking about fat phobia is to Lizzo. Is it not disrespectful to Lizzo that she couldn't have just paired with her because she was good at her craft? Did it have to be because of her size?
Hold on, Lizzo wasn't with herself because of her what you call it. She was only with herself because of her own size, and then the moment that she could shed her skin like a cobra or something, she just.
We can get to that in a second. I'm talking about Cardi.
Tried everything. Yeah, I'm
talking about Cardi. Like
is the whole fact that she had a certain demographic that will follow somebody for whatever the reason is, right? We already know what the reason is here. It's body positivity, so they say. However, it's just someone who celebrates a particular type of body, which is a different thing that we're getting into. And now when they are like, whew, glad that's over, skinny bitch club, whatever they're gonna say, like then everybody who got left behind is mad. And
I mean, not like as if they were not skinny chicks to begin with. Like go back to the old Love and Hip Hop days. Go see how skinny Cardi really was. She's been super skinny until she was like 30, and she's not a big girl even now. Like she did she have a baby? She's had kids, she's had work done, but she has never her life scrolls her ass in anything that had an X in it. Unless it was like X-rated.
Triple X.
Unless it was X-rated. It wasn't no numbers.
Their Instagram, whatever. She was
what no numbers in front of what Cardi was messing with
at the time.
And what I'm saying is like, I'll put it this way. The way they're coming at her as if is the smoke, they technically should think about Nicki pairing with Megan Thee Stallion. I'm gonna tell you why. Nicki got beef with Roc Nation, right? If she don't like Roc Nation, why would she do a song with Megan? Because it's business. That's why. Okay, that's the answer. There's nothing wrong. Shout out to Nash. There's nothing wrong with them doing a collaboration. It's business. Y'all acting like they after the song, they was out there ride for whatever the song or whatever the movement was. Cardi wasn't coming out there for no movement after that. It's not like I get that she may have put some posts, but keep in mind the post that she said around body positivity and bullying is still around the song release more than likely. Like, okay, I challenge y'all. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all ever see Cardi talking about how y'all like we should love everybody prior to that? She's never been quiet. Like she said, she talks about everybody, which is very, very true. She does. She talks about everybody. And young Cardi, more than likely, you probably could dig up some tweets or Instagram posts or something else that's probably very open about her talking about somebody being big. I wouldn't be surprised. So what I'm saying is that Cardi is the equivalent of some of this like pick me culture that people would say. Now I challenge you. Why would they say that? Well, you're not being favorable to what that group of people empowers people to do, rather. Now, the real question comes down to this, and I think let's bring this back to a political landscape. I think that it's interesting what just happened in this election. Drop some drip in the comments, y'all. I think people on the outside believe that people on the inside agree with them about this stuff. When in actuality, when they go home, they also went home and chuckled and said, "Damn, that's a lot of chicks who got the 3XLs." But they just didn't
Okay,
say
I
that.
don't want you to do that to our calorically challenged.
No, I'm not, and I'm not being. I'm not. No, okay. I think you missed some of it. I'm not saying that I believe that. I'm just saying that I think based on even the election itself, people would say like, "Oh, I'm down for the cause for everybody to be the same," or think this, but they didn't. So you're out here arguing about fat phobia. You out here arguing with people online talking about Halle Berry is mothering and cleaning and cooking. Deep down, the internet gives platforms for people to put this mask on. That does not mean when they take that mask off, that's really how they think. And that's really what I want people to take away from this. So at the end of the day, I agree with the second story in the middle. That girl talked about what her goals were when she thinks about what stability looks like for her and to go and get that. If that makes someone a pick me, then to me, using social media is going to always make you a pick you. But guess what it's not going to make you if you go after what you want? Regretful. And my advice on that is don't let these people, you see these comments, the math ain't math. The math ain't mathing. Y'all saying stuff online, y'all go home, y'all talk about different stuff, and y'all not voting in alignment of what you talking. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. So that was what I wanted to come to the table with today. I think that social media is a crazy place, and it I don't want to say it needs regulation, but it's scary to think that young people are going on there and think that this is probably like all these things are true. And it's just disheartening because these people come out here and say one thing and they don't believe that. They don't believe that. And
Yeah,
just like you said, as soon as Lizzo got a chance to lose some weight, body positivity, I'm skinny, So is on the outside, her mask said, yeah, I'm good being big. But on her inside, when she took that mask off, she didn't want that.
that's because she was trying to mess with them. Was it Hemsworth? I don't know. Whoever
He ain't
talked.
going. He
Of course.
even if she was skinny, she didn't have no chance. I don't
Didn't
think it
matter
had
though.
nothing to do with none of that.
No,
But
it's
yeah,
like my dude
his name's
gave her
Chris Helmsworth.
the most smoothest of stiff arms. She's out of my league. There's nothing I could do. I Well, she's a beautiful person on the inside, doing all of that. But we'll just put it that way. But
Oh
she had to
yeah,
take that flute and toss it. But what
and
she's
that's what I
getting
was
at
saying
is
about the
good.
talent. Like she's just because also I do want to tap that before I get off here too. It is disrespectful a lot of times to say that somebody who has a craft, even though they have a niche, that does not take away from their craft. Okay, like she's still a good performer regardless of if you took her message out and still allowed her to perform it, just sing on a track. It's kind of like if they were to do something on a cartoon, would it still be good? And I
But that
believe
ain't
her
gonna
stuff
sell
could.
them 3 and 4 X's at Target that they trying to sell.
I'm just
So
saying
that's the
her
thing.
her quality would still be good. And what I'm saying is for them to be like, oh well, you did this with Lizzo. Lizzo ain't had nothing to do with what she said, first of all. Second of all, Lizzo is a performer who, regardless of her size, she has talent. And so I think y'all are disrespectful, and y'all are disrespectful for the first thing y'all do is find the biggest in size person she's done a collaboration with and bring that up, talking about she's XYZ. No, y'all are disrespectful because you disrespecting that girl craft. I'm gonna leave that as it is.
And shout out to her for and not even for the weight loss part, but for just pursuing health. We have people that we know and love that are pursuing health. and we ourselves are also pursuing health. And so that's the main thing. So if that comes along with dropping weight, fine. Some people they got a lot of muscle on them and all that kind of stuff that come along with it. Sumo wrestlers.
You don't even know why sometimes too. Like people
Well,
have
shoot, you
sicknesses
got
and
bodybuilders
ailments.
that are 12% body fat and they weigh 400 pounds damn near. Like, that's but that can come along with its own health issues from doing that. Sometimes you're taking steroids, et cetera, et cetera. But to have that kind of stress on the body is just crazy. So, for all of us that are trying to pursue health, I've read somewhere that Gen is that
Is
the
it
new
Gen Z or
generation?
Gen Alpha?
Yeah,
Which one?
whatever the newest generation is. Uh,
Alpha.
yeah,
That's the
it's
teenagers.
not teenagers. So Gen Z is
Gen Z are the
actually
newest grown-ups.
right. So they actually are drinking less and they value alcohol less. Um, I think it's more so like the climate where that used to be the thing to do for millennials and older, going to a bar, being socially drinking was one thing, and now
Well,
that
yeah.
we all know that alcohol and alcoholism can be carcinogenic, it's a good thing that people are pursuing health in a different way.
I think you're
Um,
giving them too much credit. They was just in the house. They was in the house and they couldn't go
Say,
nowhere.
we inside.
Yeah, they was inside, so there was no point for them to do that. They were in the era where they saw their old parents in there doing push-ups, and they're like, "This crazy," you know what I mean? Like, because they couldn't go to your parents in there doing push-ups because they can't stand you. So they were in there doing push-ups so they didn't kill you in this house while y'all was in there. And so everybody in the house is eating different, and you know what I'm saying? Like they're in the era where they were in the house, they couldn't go out and socially drink, they couldn't go and do all these things. So to them, I mean, I think that's the normalized part. We'll see with Gen Alpha what they do, because I think from what I heard, they heavy into the drugs, baby. They already in the
I
high
guess you
schools
switch one
tossed
for
up,
the
and
other.
yeah, I heard that they're real bad. I heard they're
Yeah, that's that rock gut. That's what I'm talking about. Give me
Mad Dog Twins
that
funny.
purple and that orange.
That's disgusting. Going back to Lizzo, Joe, you had a good comment on she did fat shame her dancers, and because I can't remember what she said. I know she did fat shame her dancers, but just because somebody else is big doesn't mean that they don't think other people who are big are like unattractive or whatever. Like kind of like kind of like Uncle Ruckus, like just because that doesn't mean that they just also are with it. Once
Right.
again, this is business, just like Nikki and
So let's make it
Meg.
straight. 3 of Lizzo's former dancers filed a
Oh,
lawsuit
oh,
in
you found it.
2023 accusing her of harassment, including claims of fat shaming while working with her. Specifically, dancer Ariana Davis alleged that Lizzo and her choreographer questioned her commitment to the tour after weight gain, implying concern over her performance and giving her an impression she needed to explain her weight to keep her job. The lawsuit details several incidents perceived as thinly veiled concerns about the dancer's weight gain. Lizzo strongly denied the allegations, stating that she would never criticize or fire someone for their weight, and emphasized her own experiences with body shaming. Multiple sworn testimonies from Lizzo's touring team also disputed the fat shaming claims, and some parts of the lawsuit alleged that fat shaming were thrown out by the judge, though her sexual harassment and hostile workplace claims were allowed to proceed. In summary, the fat shaming claim was made in a lawsuit by former dancers and widely reported, but Lizzo has denied it, and the most prominent fat shaming claim was dismissed in court. Some issues from the lawsuit are still ongoing, parts of the hostile workplace and sexual harassment. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I can drop in the comments a link that's from People Magazine. They
But that, so,
what?
see, I wasn't trying to go with all, what I'm saying.
So I'm gonna go ahead and here, let me
Let the peoples look that one up. Let them do that.
No, I'm not.
They talking Curious George.
I found a here you go. Here is an article about the former dancers. So if you're curious, go to People Magazine. They have an article. I believe these are the 3 young ladies. This is back in 2023. I have heard nothing about it. Alleging they treated the Black members of the dance team different than the other members, in addition accusing them of being lazy, unprofessional, and having bad attitudes. It accuses of
please get it. You over here about to talk about deals and stuff. We don't want deals on the show.
I didn't even get to that. All I just said
you was about to read it. Stop scrolling.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was just gonna say that they were shaming her
V
for
word in there. We don't come on now.
It's People Magazine. It's People. Go on People if you want to know more about the lawsuit.
We would like to monetize ourselves. Just one day.
And this is from People Magazine. When they get a quick Google search, and you better have your stuff under wraps. But going back to overarching, there is something to be said about the culture and how we are inflating these perspectives of what would have, I guess, historically been considered bad behavior. Bad behavior, obviously, because men holistically ran everything and they didn't want women acting like XYZ because they ain't want they lady acting like that. They ain't want they lady out here being seen as XYZ. But in 2025, a lot of women got the bag and guys don't. So they gotta, guys can't go over here putting, whatever on the table. If finances are at least a baseline of respect from women, if the women are making more than the men in various and numerous spaces, the women are going to get to do what they want to do, how they want to do it. And so social media technology gives a platform to escalate that. And not saying women shouldn't be able to do things that they want. I'm not saying that at all. But I do disagree with this Halle Berry talking about she mothering, cooking, and cleaning. Girl, you're not cooking and cleaning nothing. She's not cooking and cleaning nothing. And that's okay, because if I had $90 million, I'm not cooking and cleaning nothing either. I'm not. I'm not. And chances are she probably don't even get a chance to mother. I got to look up how old that girl is. She got to be at least, she probably a teenager by now. And so I think
she don't even know her mama. Her mama been on vacation.
So you said she went. She had somebody go to Target, pick up that card, and put mom on it.
She got a stamp with the signature on it. Bow. Love you, little muff. You good? See you next year.
So
meet me in Cabo. We gonna go ahead and we gonna get your nanny, mama nanny. Go ahead.
So
that's why the kids be with the daddies.
I just want to put that
Britney
up.
Spears is all the same. Is anybody?
Britney is a different situation though.
Okay.
No, they literally took her kids, they basically had, that's a whole other conference. We ain't gonna talk about the conservatorship and all that stuff. We're not gonna go down
all that. Shoot, homeboy got the kids in the, it's basically the kids with me. Just like anybody else.
She just got out that contract situation. Them kids was like 15 or something like that. Like they were already like older. Like by the time it was the Free Britney movement was what? Like 7-8 years ago. Them kids got to be grown by now. That's a whole other conversation. We can talk about another time. But once again, like I said, Halle Berry, great actress, but also we need to stop the cap on some of this. And that's okay if you're not doing all that. You 90 million up, baby. You ain't got to do all that. So that's my thing. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all disagree? Y'all think that she cooking, cleaning, and mothering? Are we taking it too far? Do you think that David Justice was wrong? Do you think David Justice was right? If you had Halle Berry, would you not care that she not cooking, cleaning as long as she brought them swordfish tatas to you? You was happy to have them. Let us know. Very much appreciate y'all rocking with us. Ooh, it's late on the East Coast. Thank y'all so very much. Take a look at the socials below. Oh man, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, share with 2 people that you love, like, and somebody that you don't, because somebody got to like. We very much appreciate y'all being here with us. Check us out every Friday. We miss this Friday. Have some things going on, y'all. Traveling, the weather, all kind of stuff going on. But we'll be back Friday next week to give y'all that late night drip with hopefully Plain Dame. Very much appreciated. Appreciate y'all rocking with us.
Man, he was tripping. He went to the concert. I think he went to go see the Clips or something like that.
Tonight? Oh,
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I can't blame him.
Grinding, all that.
I can't blame him. Go have fun. YOLO.
He only want to see East Coast rappers and drug dealers. That's all he Nas and Clips. Plus rhymes or some shit.
He must have hopped off. He can't even defend it himself. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Very much appreciated. Hit that like button. We'll see y'all on Friday. And throughout the week, we drop content. So make sure y'all hit the like buttons on that. All right, y'all. We out.
And shout out to Joe. He been rocking with us from the beginning. So, yeah.
Yep. Bye, y'all.